Welcome. You are with Dr. Maharajan. We have been sharing a lot of knowledge. Right now, we are discussing about artificial intelligence and its applications in logistics and supply chain. How AI is used in logistics, or how we can use AI for doing better supply chain operations. So, what we have studied so far, we discussed about the fundamental foundational principles of logistics and supply chain operations. We explain the importance of the planning, importance of routing, inventory control, transportation optimization, and all this. Now, can we guess the topic for the day? Like, see, look at the pictures and brief descriptions. Like we have data analysis, okay, something like it, assessment, road mapping, okay, self-service, strategy, dashboards, and we have something like supply chain automations, and we have something called predictive modeling. It's something it's like a S curve actually. It's a logistic regression. So utilizing the machine language to forecast demand and optimal planning. So what is the topic for the day? So this is how we can use data science for logistics. Fine, data science for logistics. So we introduce, or we may be already aware, a concept called data-driven decision making. See, data decision making can be done in many ways. We can use our human judgment to make decisions, but that may not be always right because of this complex world, because of so much data and even the availability of data. The world has become so complex. You might have heard about the VUCA concept and all, the volatility and all. The world has become complex, the business has become complex, the customers also now demanding more. It's complex. So we need to depend upon, or we can say in a positive way, we need to take the data to make better decisions. So that is, we call it data driven decision making. So what is the purpose? So operational efficiency, of course, and we give customized solutions to the customers. Gone are the days we just one size fits all policy, now customers want everything customized for them. Okay? That's how it is. So even when you go for something, even when you go to a restaurant or you're selecting a mobile phone, everything, you want it customized to you. Fine. Even for a tea, you want it customized to you. How much sugar to put, what should be it is, strength, everything. Fine. So we have competitive advantage in this one. Now let us go further, and what are the data collection techniques we use and management in logistics. How do we do? First of all, we need to identify the data sources. The sources, we can say internal sources, external sources, like our own transportation records, our own customer records, our own delivery records, okay, and from our sensors, everything we can collect data. And we should have something called data governance. Data governance here means we should have proper management practices to ensure data quality, data integrity, data security, data accessibility, and for decision making. We should have proper systems in place before we use data. Otherwise, data can be misused or it can be, wasted. So we should have proper data infrastructure. We should have the computing power. We should have the data storage power, or we should hire something cloud-based platforms. You all must be knowing what is cloud computing. So Amazon is also offering nowadays cloud computing and all. So Google is also. So we can use that platforms to store our data, even analyze our data. We can do large volume of data. We can do. Fine. Now, so what do we do in logistics? We how do we use, or why do we use the data analysis technique for logistic operations? Predictive analytics. We need to, logistic operations especially, they're so much unpredictable because of the changes in the demand pattern changes very abruptly sometimes. So we have to anticipate supply chain disruptions because of weather and because of man-made things, some strikes and other things, landslides, many things happen. So how do we predict all these things? how do we route? If suppose plan A does not work, A, B, testing. We have to make plan B. Ultimately, we have to satisfy or not to satisfy, we have to delight the customer. That is our aim. So somehow we should reach the customer without giving any excuses. So we need to optimize our network so that there should not be any bottlenecks. Bottleneck means where there is a very narrow pay or something like that in physically. But in fact, our things should not be piled up in things. Our items should not be piled up in a warehouse or in a room. So we have to streamline the distribution and overall performance we have to improve. That's the ultimate aim. So, but the real life case studies are used. You can go through all this, like predictive maintenance. A leading elastic provider has used uh, data-driven decision making for predictive maintenance. Other companies used for dynamic routing. Dynamic routing means real-time routing. Okay. Then inventory optimization we already know. Supply chain visibility also we have to some extent discussed. So real life, these companies are using all this. Clear? Then check your understanding. Okay. Uh, what are the key data sources the elastic companies can leverage for making better decisions? How can machine learning algorithms apply to logistics operations? Okay. And can you list out, can you give a summary of how data-driven logistics can be case studies? And how can data science help companies to improve our competitive advantage? Okay. Now, what do we take home today from here? Data-driven decisions. Okay. So data is something like data is the new oil. It's a wonderful resource if we use it properly. Then customize solutions and we can get competitive advantage. And these are the references you can go through. Okay. And stay on the space for more with Dr. Maharajan.